This episode of Gadget Gurus is brought to you by Audible.com, the internet's largest and leading provider of digital audiobooks and audio content. For a free 30-day trial and your free audiobook today, audiblepodcast.com/pbcasttv. So, Jet, we're getting all festive with these awesome... Whoa, those... Yeah, I think I have to comment on these. Did Jet get new glasses?
No.
Oh. I didn't realize you had that kind of glasses.
Those are fake reading glasses that I used for a, okay, sorry.
Okay. Never mind. I saw you with I saw you take a picture with those on. I'm like, what happened? So hello and welcome into Gadget Gurus episode 34, my bad. I'm one behind here. Getting all festive. We're only, how many days away? 5 days away from Christmas.
28 days away. Oh, wait, from what day?
From Christmas.
Oh, yeah.
Let's see. Jep, let's just mention this. Jep's going to be going to CES. Check out all these gadgets that we're going to be talking about in the news. We got a couple ones. 16 days, 13 hours, 55 minutes, and just about...
I'm just going to go ahead and throw this out here. I know this is a little off topic, but this is gadgets.
Yeah?
And it's gurus. Yeah, so... I don't know if probably nobody saw this because I'm probably the only one that saw it. But, so out of the blue... Probably just because it's probably a bot, and I tweet it, with the CES hashtag in there. And so, Just Parties on Twitter decided to tweet to me and said, "Are you coming to CES?" And I said, "Yep." And it said, "Check out some real fun I am helping with on January 8th. www.party969.com."
Okay.
Yes, this is a swingers party club. And somehow they decided to...
Oh my gosh. On the strip in Vegas, no less.
Yeah, I was like...
oh gosh.
I said, yeah, probably not.
Oh, the old bots on Twitter.
But it like responded back. I was like, yeah.
Oh gosh,
great.
That's great.
Well, we know where half the CES group's going to be on January 8th.
That's it. But Jet will be going down to CES to the parties or not.
Now, there will be a tweet up.
Yes, there's a bunch of tweet ups.
They're getting all technical with it this time. You got to have a ticket that you got to print out and all this stuff, pre-register, and it's crazy. They got some kind of DJ something going on, and wow, pretty impressive this year. But I have a feeling it's going to be too overwhelming, like socially connectedness,
like way too
because
social?
Like everybody and their brothers up on like Twitter and Foursquare and all that other junk, and like I think it's going to be like I had a little competitive edge.
Yeah,
like
last year,
the little Twitter parties they had last year.
Yeah. Or
this year, beginning of this year. Like you would be like, go take a picture of blah 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 and blah 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 and this and this and this and do it blah 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 blah. And I won all this stuff. I was like, dude, this is awesome. I won like this monitor mount that I got. I won a computer, bare bones computer. I mean, I won all this stuff, and I was like, this is awesome. Yeah, I don't think that's going to happen this year.
Yeah. It'll either require a lot more luck or maybe every network will go down except for Sprint. That's what we could hope for.
Yeah.
That way you would be
and hopefully
safe.
Nobody has Sprint there.
Yeah. But, I think Sprint is like Vegas is like one of the largest Sprint customer things or whatever. Because, they're like the first person.
They got their 4G
Yeah,
going.
4G. I will be looking forward to a 4G test. See how 4G is in action. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
So, I think that since we're kind of in the Christmas spirit here, Jacob actually got to open one of his Christmas presents early, which just so happened to be it's one of those things that I like these things, and if you're really geeky, you like these kind of things because it's things that you would normally not say were, like a gadget or something that you're not looking forward to being like techie. Like on my Posturous blog one day, I showed that this little thing that's made by Lysol, and you just put your hand under there, and it's an automatic soap dispenser. And they sell those things at like Walmart for like $5, and I'm like, really? That's awesome. It's one of those things that you have to take pride in. And Jacob, it's one of those things that's just awesome. And Jacob has a sweet household gadget for us this week. So you want to kind of give us a little demo of that?
Me and my dad made a compromise. I said, you can open up your present. Well, really and truly, I was like, so you want to open up your present that I got you? Because I was like wanting him to like see it and go ahead and start using it.
Yeah.
Which was the 3D printed iPhone case that I made. And so he was like, yeah, but you have to open up one of yours. I was like, okay, I guess.
I guess I'll have to.
And if I have to. And so they had like one sitting up there. I couldn't figure out what it was. But I opened it up, and it was like this big old massive thermostat here. It's pretty sweet. You don't really get like exactly how big it is by seeing this picture. So let's just go to the wall, because I've already got it installed. So, yeah, that's it right there. Or, sorry, I got
yeah, that's it.
I'm retarded.
Epic moment.
That's it right there.
Yeah.
As you can see, it doesn't really cover up exactly where the other thermostat was, so you can see all the unpainted wall. But if I can get close enough, maybe I can turn this light up to it and get it going. There you go. So this is the thermostat. It's pretty sweet. It's all touchscreen. This is like a commercial grade thermostat that he like procured somehow or bought it. I don't know. But
oh well.
But if you can see it, it sort of doesn't really work too well with the camera, but it does have like this little blue like backlight.
Yeah. You
can sort of see a little bit of. Like, get all like up in it and junk.
So does the blue stay on like all the time, or is it just one of those things?
It's just like this natural blue backlight.
Oh, that's
so
cool.
when the lights are off, it's like a little night light too. So it's kind of cool.
Yeah.
But it's got like your temperature up and down and heat mode selects and all that stuff. It's pretty cool. Fully customizable. It's got these like little like they call them like installer menus and stuff that lets you let me just throw this around. Yep, there it is. Oh, yep. Okay. Oh.
I don't know why that thing is having problems focusing.
Well, it's because I have this wide angle lens on there and it's not used to zooming out that far.
But it does make it look awesome, I have to admit.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Sweet. But yeah, it has this like little like installer menu where you have like codes, like register codes, and then you can set them to a certain number, like almost like a registry type thing for the thermostat.
Yeah.
So it's kind of cool because you can like make it only show certain things up on the screen, and you can lock out certain parts of it where they can only go up like 2 degrees or down 2 degrees or.
Oh, that's cool.
It's really made for like an office or something where you don't want to have to put like a box around your thermostat.
Yeah.
But you want people to think that they're actually doing something when they're pressing the button.
Oh,
man, look, I got it up to 85. This is awesome. And it only goes up to 72. And they're like, oh, it's so hot in here.
Yeah.
Oh, man, I'm glad I turned that up. But it's fully programmable 7 days a week.
Oh, that's cool. That is pretty cool.
That's good. My other one that I had, which was like Junky McJunks a lot. Well, it's not really Junky McJunks a lot. They just didn't have programming. And... and I was actually, it was kind of weird, I was knocking around the idea of actually building my own, like, Arduino-based thermostat.
That would be pretty cool.
That was, like, accessible via the web.
You could, like, SSH into it or something.
Yeah, and I was going to have, like, a little web page and go in there and set all your, like a little Google API calendar or something. You could schedule events and have it tweet like my temperature or something. I don't know, something stupid.
Have a tweeting thermostat,
Yeah.
The
current temperature at Jacob's house is 78 degrees. What? What's going on in there?
It's nice and balmy.
Yeah. My thermostat's not following me on Twitter. He likes to go to justparties.com and look at stuff.
Just Parties 6989.
1902, 24 to 33. But yeah, it's like, I think it retails for like, I don't even know. probably like $60, maybe.
Wasn't it Emerson or something?
Yes, Emerson, Big Blue Universal 3.2. I could probably just scan the barcode with my stinking phone and it'd tell me.
You could do that.
I'm cool like that. And it's probably going to be like, oh, sorry, your phone doesn't have, just scan it already. Come on.
Oh my gosh. Jeff, I think you might have underestimated it a little bit. I don't know. This site I have right here is like the only place I can find it, and we're looking at $230.
Wait for it. It's light.
Can't really see that, but
there it is.
oh gosh.
Oh no! I found it for as low as 121.
Huh. Wow.
So it's a really high-end thermostat. Like I said, it's commercially available. You could probably buy it residentially somewhere off of some website somewhere. Yeah. But it's pretty sweet. You can get it at your local HVAC repair shop or online. And
I'll try to find that link that Jet found, and I'll put it in the show notes on pbcasttv.com, which is the best place to find all of the information we talk about here.
So, Merry Christmas to me, and on a side note, the camera hole was on the wrong side of my dad's iPhone case, so I had to fix that and get one reprinted.
I was showing it on the live
stream. His case cost like $50 instead of $25.
Yeah. But JF has had a lot of interest on this iPhone case, so maybe if he gets...
Oh, yes.
I mean,
I got it fully customizable now, so like you can go on Shapeway's website and customize the 3 lines of text that were, on the case, or you could just have 1 or 2 or whatever.
So let me ask you that: Do you have to like tweak the design thing or whatever?
I actually have to generate the STL. It's not a dynamic thing.
That's what I was gonna. That would be pretty cool if it was dynamic.
Yeah, they do have dynamic things. They have like a little Java-based thing for some other stuff.
Yeah.
That automatically generates it's like a OpenSCAD script, like the Cloud SCAD.
Yeah. I think that was just on their products, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, their products you can do that. Which I could do that too, probably, if I put a link and did it on my website and made some kind of... No, it would be too difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah, so pretty good.
All right, Jeff, so we were talking about 4G earlier. Great transition there. And a lot of people have been talking about Verizon's LTE service, and we talked about the FCC is actually preventing them from calling it commercially 4G because of the speeds in their architecture or whatever. There's actually some defined thing that you have to call it 4, whatever. There's some regulations of having a 4G network or something. Well, Verizon on Twitter today was teasing that on January 6th, which I think you might not be able to go check this out because, you do have that party that you're going to on was that January 6th?
No, January 8th.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what time it is. I'm not going.
Yeah. But anyway, so on January 6th at CES, they're saying Android and LTE could be like peanut butter and chocolate. Yum. That's kind of an odd combination, anyway, I think somebody was eating lunch or something. They're like, I think I'm going to tweet this out and, reveal some information about CES and Verizon and everything and probably get fired. But anyway, yeah. So Android LTE hardware is more than likely going to be at CES January 6th. So that's always good to see, next generation. I think they're doing pretty well about rolling the LTE out. I think they are anyway. I'm not quite sure. I think they've got a couple more cities that they had ready for launch before they actually did. Then they actually did for Sprint 4G. So that's kind of cool. Yeah, we have covered this so much that, it almost makes me want to get a Microsoft Kinect. Not actually, it would be alright. I played with one at Best Buy with an Xbox. I mean, they were kind of cool, but like I said, they were kind of like cartoony games, they're just like the Wii kind of. But the hacking capabilities of the Kinect and all the things you can do. Well, there was 2 students at UC Davis. They're responsible for 2 of the most impressive hacks that we've heard of yet. And they've actually used the Kinects to get proper 3D video And that's one thing, but they actually have paired both of them together where they can have multiplayer. You have to be in the same room, but still multiplayer lightsaber fighting.
Well, I saw the thing when they did the 3D conferencing, and they actually had it to where she's looking at a camera, like this 3D orb of a camera that's like on her screen going around.
Yeah.
And she can actually, when he moves his face around, her perspective moves, and so that she knows where to look for, where he's at. It basically, like, she just looks over here or looks over there, and it will automatically rotate,
the cam. Oh.
Say for example, I'm in front of my webcam, and you're looking at me from this side. Well, if I was looking straight at the webcam, it would look like I'm looking past you. So what they have is you have the two cameras that are capturing your 3D image, but on the screen they have this little dot, which is basic, or not a dot, but it's basically like the guy.
Yeah. So
when it moves over here, the camera is actually looking at you from this angle now, and then it goes over here and here. So as you look at the guy, it's actually where he is, and it's really cool because it makes it sort of like when I move around, my 3D space moves also. So it's pretty sweet.
So it actually, breaches the next level of actually like being in reality per se, kind of.
Yeah, I mean, it's almost like your screen is a computer to like this digitized 3D model of whoever you're looking at on the other line, and when you move around, it sees you moving, and does all that. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah. So this one's pretty cool. It actually like the one that they're showing on Gadget is this guy, and he's like going through like this Star Wars world, and it actually like moves the world for you. Like he doesn't walk exactly, but I don't know. He's got some program that does this, but it's still pretty cool, and you can download it. And as you can see, they're like doing that motion right there, like holding it with two hands, holding up two hands, and like hitting them together or whatever brings up the lightsaber, which was pretty cool. I thought it was kind of cool, and it allows them to have. I think this video up here is the one that Jacob's actually talking about.
The one above it.
Yeah. Whoops.
Where she actually like goes and she can follow stuff. I saw that on Wimp today.
That's cool. On Wimp, which was a great spotlight that we had on Tech Weekly, which is pretty cool.
Which, if you haven't seen, whatever it is on BBC with the animals that talk, it's hilarious.
Connectables or whatever.
He's like, Alan, Jill, Steve, and then the like little badgers are like, waka 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 waka. I don't know why it's funny, but it is.
Oh gosh, that's great.
It's great.
Jet, we've talked about the Flow TV before. It's like we've talked about it because we were kind of debating one time. It came up like we were talking about networks or something, and this kind of came up because Flow TV was able to bring mobile TV like streaming over the internet, but they had like their own architecture that like operated on. Who did it? I don't think it was AT&T that operated. I think it might have been.
It was their own backbone, wasn't it?
Yeah, but I mean, I don't. Did they actually have like?
They piggybacked on somebody's towers.
Yeah, I know they.
Wasn't it T-Mobile or?
I think it was T-Mobile. Yeah, I think it was one of the. I think it might have been T-Mobile or Sprint. I'm not quite sure.
But it was like they call it their own service. So it's like you had this little device, which was just like a portable TV.
Yeah.
It wasn't like connected to the internet and all that junk, but you could go on there and literally like just watch TV, pretty much almost anywhere you had like this signal. Sort of like how the Nintendo DS sort of works with like how they have their own like little backbone type deal.
Yeah, and it was kind of cool because you didn't actually pay. You paid the bill to the Flow TV people or whatever, and then they just paid a share back to whoever they were using for their service, which is kind of cool because it was one of those things that it's kind of when you get something that's internet connected, there's kind of a point where people don't know what to do with it, and things like that. Well, simply it's just like a TV set that was handheld. It was like a 4-inch or 5-inch screen or something, and you just hit, you just turned it on, and then you could like browse. It had a little menu that you could browse through, like, and they had
like a guide.
Yeah, and it was pretty cool. Well, actually, AT&T has bought. It was actually put out by Qualcomm, which I did not know. I guess they probably made like the hardware and stuff.
Yeah.
Flow TV was made by Qualcomm, and you know, they've been agreeing on it, trying to agree on a deal, and they actually agreed on a deal today for $1.925 billion. Wow. So AT&T now owns the service. They're promising when they roll out their 4G that you know, the Flow TVs, they're going to keep developing the hardware. And
Well, see, they said that that the Flow TV service is ending March 27th, 2011.
really, so
And then AT&T will fully take over and do their own service.
oh,
So
so
I
they're
think they're just buying them out to like not put them in the market anymore.
huh. Well, that's
Because it says in consideration of the Flow TV service ending on March 27th, 2011, we are offering a rebate on Flow TV devices. So you can go on their website right now, click device rebate, and you can go and get like your personal television or whatever, which would be kind of cool because if you go ahead and get them, they're trying to get rid of them all. There's a good chance that you'll probably be, you know, all up in, you know, Flow TV still with the cheaper device. You know, like there's probably ways of modifying them to be able to get, you know, on whatever.
yeah, cool.
But yeah, they're discontinuing their actual service come March 27th,
Okay.
and so you can get
Yeah, but
a rebate
So,
for their devices.
I'm still
I
kind of
guess.
confused. So are the Flow TV devices that you're talking about that they're adding a rebate to, can you still use them after March 2011?
Well, see, that's what they're saying. Their service is ending on March
Yeah.
27th. So I think what you have to do is redo another service with AT&T because I don't think they're going to keep the Flow TV brand going. I think what they're doing is AT&T is going to start like their own like little like portable Uverse type deal on these things, or they're buying the rights to it or something, and they're just not. They're not going to continue the Flow TV thing.
So you'd so the previous devices, I guess, will work.
I would think. I don't think they would completely shaft everybody.
Yeah, that would
bought
be
Flow
pretty
TV.
stupid because you're like, okay, you know. I would hope,
But I think they're giving discounts because they have all these devices
that have Flow
and
TV
that are
written on
branded
them. Yeah.
Flow TV, and it's no longer going to be Flow TV. It's going to be called something else that AT&T comes up with,
Yeah.
and they're not wanting all these devices laying around that they got to get rid of. So I mean, you know, you could go in there and get you a deal. They got an AudioVox portable DVD player with
Yeah, I
Flow
saw that
TV,
one. I
built,
just
which
showed
is
it.
kind of cool. So, I mean, even if the Flow TV stops working, you can still play DVDs with it, which is kind of neat.
Yeah.
But, you
And
know,
I've looked at one at Best Buy, you know, no intention to buy one, but I just looked at it and it was pretty cool. They've got like pretty much any channel that like Dish has or DirecTV has. I mean, it's pretty cool. I don't know how they did that, but I guess they had some kind of rights.
well, it's sort of like the price includes your
your
thing,
service
like,
and your kind of like
you
the
know?
Kindle or whatever. Like, you know how you pay for 3G with the Kindle.
yeah,
Still pretty cool.
and it's just basically streaming is all it is.
Yeah, but it's still.
They're
I mean,
not
it had a
gonna
pretty
be
good picture.
special. But yeah.
So Jeb, you're the proud owner of Google TV, and so is the Shaytards. You know, and Charles Trippy, and a lot of YouTubers, and you can actually win one on YouTube. I've noticed. I actually signed up for that, but that was the Sony ones. And Google has actually halted the production, or not halted, but you know, they're going to delay the shipping of newer Google TVs after the first of the year. So, you know, they're going to give you, like, on their website now, they have like a cutoff date where you need to order before now so we can guarantee that you'll get it, you know. And they're actually going to delay some of their devices so they can actually bring out the new software updates. And I'm trying to read on here, and it's not saying anything about the market, but do you think this could be the update that's going to bring the market? Because they said early 2011 for the market and the widgets and stuff for Google TV. You think this is going to be it, or you think we're going to have to wait a little bit longer? I mean, you know, it makes sense if it was going to be the market that they would kind of, you know, say, okay, we're not shipping anymore because, you know, so many. I mean, you know, of course Jacob's going to update his when he gets pushed to update, but
I won't even have the option to not because they just update it anyways. If you
okay.
Because you basically the only way you can turn
Unplug it,
reviews off at least, is to pull the power on it. As soon as you plug it in, it basically comes back on, and it just sits in like a standby mode.
Yeah.
And sort of like how your dish receiver would.
Yeah.
How it gets updates all the time. It just sits there, and when they're like, "Hey, I got an update," it's like, "Okay, hold on," and then it gets updates. The only way that you would basically be able to not get updates, and if you become like, rooted or whatever, is they're gonna stick something in there where, just like my phone doesn't get over-the-air updates anymore pushed to it because it doesn't even look for them.
Okay.
It's not on that service anymore. So,
yeah, because if you got over-the-air updates, it just completely brick it or whatever.
Yeah, it would mess it up like crazy, and but it, I think I hope they go the right route. I hope they don't like try to make it stupid and something, and I want this to be like the whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
Whatever, Apple TV killer upgrade.
I still have extremely high hopes, and I know that's one of the only reasons you bought a Google TV is because of the root ability.
Well, yeah, you have the ability to upgrade it.
That's the Apple TV, Google TV.
It's only a matter of time till they completely root it, and you can do whatever you feel like on it, and install like a native Android operating system on there that's whatever, and you full out just do whatever you want.
And I mean, I'm still holding off hope that they need to get this app store in the marketplace out as soon as it's done. Like the day it's done, it needs to be out because developers are. I know I've heard from multiple developers on Twitter and through other shows that I've watched. They want to develop for this platform because they're hoping, and because they've already sent out an SDK, so there's apps sitting there waiting. And Boxy and Roku, they just don't have the API that Google does because Google has a team and it's based on Android on the back end, and it already has an API in place, not exactly, but you'd have to customize it, but still so many developers are saying we want to be on the Google TV, but Google's not shipping with the marketplace. So
yeah, and a lot of people are getting around that right now by doing their little
web
what are they called?
Web apps.
Yeah, they're little web apps. They're called something else. Spotlights.
Oh, yeah.
They're doing the Spotlight stuff. Like YouTube has Spotlight. Blip TV has Spotlight. Cartoon Network. All this stuff. And all it is just a website that's formatted for the Android.
Yeah.
And majority of them, all they do is just autoplay, shuffle. And I'm like, I don't know if I like that or not.
Yeah,
I don't want to go on YouTube and just shuffle through random videos.
Yeah. I mean, Google TV would be cool if the YouTube app, and I think it does, like it's just like an iPad app or whatever. You just go, okay, here's my subscriptions. I want to watch this. You scroll down. You say, I want to watch Shaytards today, or I want to watch,
Well, see, they have the lean back thing.
So
for YouTube.
Is the lean?
And all it is you open it up.
Yeah.
And it just starts randomly playing videos.
That's nobody wants that.
No, I don't want to see what Hernandez down the street. What video he uploaded. I want to see the ones that I want to watch, not
and
it's almost like that for everything, video wise. It's like Cartoon Network. I want to actually go on there and like watch shows.
Yeah.
I don't want to go on there and be I can go on like SouthPark.com. I mean, that's just an example, and watch full on South Park episodes. I want to be able to go to the spotlight of South Park and be able to watch South Park episodes nicely. Where I don't have to go and click this little tiny
play button,
full screen button on a flash, player to go full screen. It just works, nicely with Android. So,
So XDA came out with a blog post, and of course, Engadget reported it that Gingerbread is now freely distributed to all the developers and anyone who wants to get their hands on it. You can actually go to some Google website and get the source code and everything. They actually released it just like they did 2.2 when the Nexus... was it 2.1 that the Nexus 1 shipped with? I think it was. Or 2.2. I don't know. Anyway, so whenever the Nexus when the Nexus 1 shipped, they released the next version of Android that was featured on the Nexus 1 the next day. They released the source code to it the day that it went on sale. So they did the exact same thing. So I guess they released it on Friday. of last week because they went on sale on Thursday in stores. So, any developer can get their hands on it, and they're saying that XDA is going to have a ROM for it that's going to work with the Nexus 1, the HD2, which I think is kind of cool because I always liked the HD2. The 4, it was really the Evo before the Evo came out. It was like, but the HD2, of course, it ran Windows Mobile 6.5 or whatever the last was. I mean, it was good hardware. I liked it, and I actually, it's still good hardware because it's got the Snapdragon and everything, but it ran Windows Mobile 6.5. I mean, come on. But now you can actually get 2.3 on there with this root. They're also coming out with an Evo, Droid, and Desire root. So Jacob said he had an update. I don't think it'd be this early. I don't think they'd pushed it out. Maybe though. For your Evo. You think that they've got it out already? I don't think so.
For the
Gingerbread for 2.3. I don't think that's what the update would be. That's probably something else, but for you.
Well, see, hold on, I was looking at this. I want to say that this thing, I was looking at this update here. Yeah, I don't know. I was trying to find that the Android 3 that you were talking about. But I'm lost now.
Anyway, I don't know. Hopefully they'll ship it as fast as possible, and people who are rooting can get it. So, and Jeb, I noticed you can also now download. XDA has actually put out. You can actually go to their website and download it. The new 2.3 keyboard, which is kind of cool because they redid the keyboard and made the keys longer, and not so you can actually hit them with your finger. But the funny thing is they didn't make them. They made them like narrower, which makes the key. Now that doesn't really make sense unless you can type like with your fingers like directly like this. I mean I could see it like that, but I don't know. You can try it out. It's got the new auto suggest thing, and it's got like a better copy and paste functionality. You can actually select multiple words, and it has like these little. I don't know. Have you seen this, Jeff? It's got like these little down. It's not actually an arrow, but it's got these little things attached, and you can just drag like multi-touch and select some words that you can replace or copy or whatever. It's pretty cool.
Cool.
So our final news story for the day is Best Buy for the holiday season for Christmas is going to be offering free mobile hotspots on Sprint, Verizon, and AT&T, which I think that's all the carriers that they carry. I think they dropped T-Mobile No, did they? I guess I don't know. Anyway, I guess not because they're selling the Nexus S. But anyway, so you can actually get a MiFi coupled with your iPad for free. Now, granted, you are going to have to sign a 2-year contract, but some of these, especially the newer MiFis, these are the brand new LTE MiFis that just came out for Verizon, and they've also got the Sprint 4G. What is that? Is a new? Do you know what the new one's called? It's called like the Throttle or something.
Something like that.
Yeah, the 4G MiFi. It's got like a digital display on it. Oh, Overdrive. Here it is. Yeah. And it's got WiMAX. So you can get 2 4G MiFis on the service of your choice, and then AT&T. They're still on 3G. But anyway, still pretty cool. Free with an iPad if you buy an iPad. You just sign a 2-year contract, and some people are probably gonna buy a MiFi anyway with their iPad. So that's nice. I really don't. Why would you buy an AT&T MiFi? Well, I guess I'd rather have a MiFi than one built into the iPad. But if you're just gonna use it for your iPad, why don't you just get internet built into your iPad? I don't know. Anyway, that's kind of cool. So I guess, Jep, that pretty much does it for this episode of Gadget Gurus. You can follow me on Twitter, twitter.com/thatnickjones. You can follow Jacob on Twitter, twitter.com/freakinghuge, FREAKINHUGE. I'm gonna have, Joe, I'll put your Shapeways thing in case anyone wants to buy that, because we did spotlight it, and it's now fixed, which is even better. So
yeah, now it actually will work.
Yeah. Hey.
Congratulations, everyone.
Yeah. Jacob's really cool iPhone 4 case that he made.
Yeah, that I don't even have an iPhone 4. I'm actually gonna be working on like a little X case for my
Evo.
My Evo.
Yeah.
Where it just holds on to the corners.
Yeah. Oh, that'd be cool.
And then that'll basically give me a base that it basically protects your corners. So if you drop the phone,
Yeah.
more than likely it's going to land on a corner, and it just won't break your corners. But then that would give me a base, and I was going to try to make it to where it will fit on any thing, maybe a little something going on there, and then you have a little base that you can put mounts on and stuff, or something that you can attach to your phone to mount it to something. I don't know.
I think you need to come out with like a whole line of accessories where you only like proprietary, connector or whatever, so you can you have to buy the freaking huge, bumper case.
We got this new FH connector that
FH connector, I'm liking it.
With the thing, and you can plug in stuff to it, and nobody else can.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
It's actually in the shape of the letter F and H. It interlocks together when you twist it, and that's the way it plugs in.
And make sure to put it in inches up there so nobody can make it precise, and just be like, oh, it's 4 inches big, or whatever.
Yeah, it's about 2 3/4 inches, and
yeah, there you go.
That's about all there is. Yeah.
All right, you can follow everything that we do on Twitter. Oh my gosh, on pbcasttv.com, of course, pbcasttv.com. We're streaming live 24/7, live.pbcasttv.com. What's Jay up showing off here?
Well, see, what I was thinking about doing, and I know this is probably like some kind of copyright infringement, but some of you might know that I drew up a like a little
clip or
the
whatever.
Clamper clamps things.
Yeah.
And I tried printing them out with my MakerBot, but I printed them too small, and my MakerBot wasn't very accurate, so it didn't really come out too well. Well, I was thinking that I could redo these and make it to where it's completely assembled, printed, and you can just have an assortment of them. I don't know. I'm just thinking out loud here, folks.
Yeah. So that pretty much does it for this episode of Gadget Gurus. So until next time, guys, I'm Nick Jones.
I'm Jacob Roberts.
And we are the Gadget Gurus. Oh, Jeb, I forgot to mention, this is our first episode on YouTube. YouTube.com/pbcasttv. So all you guys watching on YouTube that don't know what we're doing, that's the dino right there.
Link is in the hat.
Link in the hat. What?
Work.
In the. All right. See you.
That'd be awesome if right there you flip the video upside down, like Link's in the hat, and then it goes back to normal.
That would be kind of cool. Wirecast doesn't do that, so.
Oh well. Maybe later.
All right. See you guys. Jeff, one more thing. On PB at Night, I've started doing the peace thing that you do.
Yes.